Hello, I'm Christian from the Welsh Sports channel and DragonSport, and this afternoon Andy Farrell named his Lions squad to head over and face Australia in the test matches. Unfortunately for Welsh viewers, not the best reading when you look at the squad and you see there's only 2 Welsh players in there. Very disappointing. The least Welsh players in the post-war era. So, it's pretty stark. And unfortunately, I guess it's just an indication of where Wales have been over the last couple of years and where we currently are on this 17-match losing streak. Of course, the player that did make it was Jack Morgan. No surprises there. I was really chuffed when his name got read out. It took a while to get a Welsh name out of the list, so I was chuffed when it was him. Out of everyone in Welsh rugby, you would say he deserves it the most. Consistent, high standards, and always turns up and performs. And to be honest, I think he's got a real chance of getting in that match day 23 once it comes to the test series. Then we also had Tomos Williams, who was also not really a surprise given where he was on the scrum half depth chart. Really chuffed for him. Never been on a Lions tour before, and a player of his ability really does belong on the Lions tour. Didn't have the best Six Nations, but he's got that sort of X factor and that flair, and I think he's going to be really useful coming off the bench. And to be honest, it's going to be battling for that bench position because I think Gibson Park has that first choice sewn up, but I think the bench is open for debate. On the other nations, you got Maro Itoje as captain. Congratulations to him. There was no real sort of surprise inclusions or surprising people getting left out. You did have Henry Pollock, who made the squad, but it was kind of no surprise the mood music was around that. 1 or 2 surprises that Mac Hansen maybe was a surprise, got a little bit of an injury. Then the 2 second rows, James Ryan and Cummins, you could argue there was other options maybe, but he went with 6 second rows. Maybe Dav Jenkins could have sneaked in, I don't know, that might just be my Welsh bias. Really disappointed for Toby Faletau because given the fact that Doris was not in the squad due to his injury, I thought Faletau had a really good shot, but just didn't make it. It looks like they're going to go with Ben Earl as like the number 8 or maybe even Curry. And then Derry Lake was kind of unlucky. They went with the 2 Irish hookers and Cowan Dickey. Kind of expected, but still disappointing for Lake, but I think his time will come in the future. And you can quote me on this, I think he'll be a captain of the Lions in the future too. The only other surprising exemption for me was Darcy Graham. I think he's done enough to earn the spot on the plane, but for whatever reason, didn't go with him. But yeah, it's not great reading for Welsh fans. I do think you're going to have players like Toby Faletau, who's going to be prime candidate for a late call-up with injury. We've all seen in Lions tours in the past, there's always someone who's unlucky and has to leave the tour early. And I think someone like Faletau is a perfect plug and play. You can just drop him in and he'll be fine. Maybe Derry Lake's on the bubble as well. I guess he'll be competing with Jamie George for that sort of late call-up if there was ever need of one. But I do have a positive for Welsh fans because we've got no players in the Lions team, but it means we're going to have an absolute full 100% squad go into Japan, and hopefully we can end this terrible drought. Please, can we end it? That's my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you on the next one.